So it's kind of sad. We are officially in that era where physical games are finished. They are going away, whether you like it or not. I mean, you take a look at what just recently released with the PlayStation 5 Pro, and there was no disc drive attached to that thing. It was $700, and you got no disc drive in the box. You had to go and buy that separately. And PlayStation, yes, they are mostly digital, but I would say between Xbox and PlayStation, there's a far more physical games that are sold on the PS5 versus the Xbox Series X and S. And there's a multitude of reasons for that. I mean, particularly you look at Xbox and you look at their strategy and how they have that play anywhere, the cross-buy stuff, the cloud. So they are obviously also moving away from physical games. And they started off this generation with the Series S with no disc drive, and PS5 also had the PS5 digital. And then you look at the Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo, of course, will be the most physical in terms of sales, I think, for the longest time. And with the Nintendo Switch 2, it is going to be going even further in that direction. And now we have more information here to just really show how dire of a situation the physical game market is. This comes via Matt Piscatella and Circana, and this article here from Nintendo Life saying that US physical game spending continued to decline last year, now sits at half of 2021's numbers. And 2021 was already very low, so it's getting even worse there. You can see the chart and just kind of where the physical game market was peaking and spend by year. Interestingly, it was going up from 2000 until 2008, and maybe people were just not buying as much then. Maybe the new generations coming in with the 2006 boom here of like the Xbox 360 and then the PlayStation 3, as well as the Nintendo Wii, maybe that increased physical sales around that time, or maybe games went up in price. All of that type of stuff could play into it. But you look here, the physical game market from 2000 until 2008 was going up with one or two down years, and then kept going up until it peaked at 2008, and then it just drastically kept falling from there. 2009 all the way down to 2024. We are at the lowest rate since 2021. So this is Matt Piscatella. He tweets this out and says the rate of decline in US physical video game software spending accelerated in 2024. Spending on physical video game software in the US has been cut in more than half since 2021, and is now more than 85% below its 2008 peak. And we'll see if the Switch 2 can help slow and reverse this trend in 2025. Now, I don't really think it will, to be completely honest. Yes, Nintendo collectors, they love their physical games. My basically entire Nintendo Switch catalog are physical copies of it. But we also have to keep in mind that even though there are people like me out there that still buy physical games, I mean, I buy physical PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo games alongside my digital collection as well. I mean, I do have both, but there's going to be far more people with the Nintendo Switch 2 when it does come out that are just going to want to continue to buy games digitally from what they had on the Nintendo Switch. And especially if there's some sort of seamless integration between the Switch and the Switch 2, where you can just load up your game wherever you are and continue to play it, rather than having to take the cartridge and switch it from your Switch 1 to your Switch 2. That alone, for a lot of people, the convenience of that is enticing. So maybe we'll see a slight uptick, a little, maybe it won't be as bad as 2024, but overall throughout the generation of the Switch 2, I'm predicting that we're going to be, this chart will continue to go down throughout the years. And I don't think Switch 2 is going to have a huge effect on the physical sale of video games. It's sad because physical sales and physical games, they are the same price as digital products. That is one of the biggest issues I do have right now with the entire digital era, is that the pricing is not changing. And it's costing these companies less to produce these games than having to go out there and print it and put out a case with it and all of that stuff. Yet they're still charging us the same amount for the digital products. And that's because as a market, we've kind of said we're okay with that. We will still buy the games. And that's going to continue to happen. If video games do increase, it's not going to be because they are putting more resources into actually the production of them in terms of the product itself and shipping it and logistics and all that stuff. It's going to just be because we have signaled that we're okay with digital products and we're okay with spending huge amounts on those from the eShops or the digital storefronts on day one when they do release. You take a look at numbers for like Madden and stuff and how much people buy those on a yearly basis at full price. It's unfortunate because if you're somebody from the older generations of gaming, if you've been playing since consoles were in existence, or even from like the NES or Super Nintendo until now, physical games were a staple and they played a huge role in the community building of video games. You go to a game store for the launch of a game and everybody would be picking it up. Midnight launches. All of that is finished basically now because of the entire digital era. So hold on to your physical games. They may become even more rare, more expensive as this number continues to drop. Or we could also potentially see the reverse of this in the future, is that the younger generations just literally will not care about any of these physical products. And then once all the collectors die out, they may be worthless. Who knows? But it is, in my opinion, the signal, even more so than previous, to the end of the physical era of video games. Next generation, there will be no disc drives on Xbox and PlayStation because most people are paying for their games fully via the digital storefronts, and it gives these companies a lot more power to control things when they can just keep you all within their digital storefront. But I'm going to end the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.